Robot Damashii Gundam Formula 91. Hey, what's up again everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2Bs, gundam.tk, and I've been having a lot of fun with Robot Damashii, and it's time to take a look at another one here in the form of the Gundam F91, which may be a suitable replacement for the high-grade Universal Century that has never materialized yet. 2010 release from the movie Gundam F91, Side MS of course, and it's Robot Damashii number 059 with a retail price $3,000 as the list price. But you can get it for even less, plus lots more great stuff from HobbyLink Japan, links down below. Box tour now, where it's always appealing to get these boxes and put them side by side on your shelf like this. Great shot of the mobile suit there, and then it's on to the back for some of the details, including you get to see a fantastic, everything's open there, including the radiation fins on the shoulders there. The head is looking good, whether it's face open or closed. The beam shield, we've also got the beam launcher, bazooka there. You can see that they are going to be able to strap onto the back. You can imagine those wrists spinning around and making some very cool beam buzzsaws there, and the all-important vest buzz. And you can take a look there, 12.5 centimeters is going to be the height of the toy, and they're not going to be mentioning the meters of the mobile suit nor a scale. So it's inside the box we go. Lots of good stuff inside, including a small manual there, the beam shield in clear parts. You can see the radiation fins there for the shoulders, thrusters for the back of the calves you can swap off along with the face open there. There's the beam launcher, lots of different manipulators there, the regular beam sabers, clear green beam sabers, the shield attachment, and the weapon mount. And right out of the box, just in terms of visual impact, I've got to say it's very, very positive thanks to the quality paint apps that are going to be all over the place there. You can see some good lining down on the legs to go along with the red. The nice part here where you're going to have black around with the yellow. The Vespas have the blue where they should be, and those thrusters on the back. The veins are looking fantastic. And otherwise it's the combination of the black and yellow that's going to go all over the place, including the machine cannons there on the chest. And when you see the all-important V-fin there, all yellowed up, and those iconic F and 91 written on the shoulders, definitely looking sharp. Posability now, where you can see that the front skirts are going to be independent there, so the legs, they can kick up. They're just going to be on ball joints there on the inside if you can make it out. You can also see a connection point there, and if you want to have them go off to the sides, full splits seem possible, and you can bend the knees there. You're going to have a double bend there, and it's still going to look pretty good even if you come forward, because they have gone to the trouble to make that at least look a little bit interesting. And down for the ankles, the guards are going to move independently up and down here, and lots of range of movement off to the side and front and back also as well, and the toes are going to bend up, so lots of good stuff so far. When you look carefully, you'll see that there are more lining opportunities if you want to go and jazz this guy up even further. But back to posability, the waist is going to rotate all the way around if you so choose to. It'll go a little bit off to the side, although it doesn't necessarily feel like it's going to want to stay there. Nothing else is going to be moving here. The head is on a 2-point movement up there, and the shoulders themselves, well, they'll rotate around, and the arms will come all the way up. You can see down here that they'll also rotate around the shoulder itself, and for the elbow bend, probably about a 135 you could say there, and it's still going to look good, similar to the knees down below, and the wrists. Yes, they spin all the way around, and you can guess that they're easy to pop off and exchange. But the F91 signature Vespas here are looking pretty fantastic on the back. You can see that they're going to have a good deal of motion back there, but more importantly, you can see this slide under the armpit here, which is going to go very, very smoothly. And as you bring it forward here, in terms of mobility, you can rotate it about that far off to either side and all the way up there, so you could actually have them shooting straight up if you wanted to. But more importantly, you can open this part up on either side and pop out the triggers down here. And then, with swapping out the hands, you can get those in place. Everything looking good, including that nice blue stripe. Height comparison, next to the Robot Damashii New Gundam Sans fin funnels here. The F91 is shorter as he should be, but it still looks a little bit bigger than it would be if they were perfectly in scale. As you can see here with him next at 12.5 centimeters to the real grade Freedom, he definitely should be a lot smaller than this, but then again, the larger size does make for a better playable figure. The beam rifle's looking good here, white and gray all over the place there. Add some lining if you want. And you're going to have these soft manipulators here with a 3-finger trigger finger split, even though they're not going to move, that are going to move into position quite well. And you can swing the Vespas a little bit off to the side there. The flat feet is going to do quite well no matter how far you spread the legs apart there. And looking down the barrel of the rifle, the arms have great mobility, no problems whatsoever, and looking sharp. The clear green beam sabers here look great, and they are detachable if you want to. You're not going to be able to mount them on the left skirt there, but for the hands themselves, again, those soft fingers here, you can just slide them in and then attach the two on. And anybody who plays Gundam vs. Gundam, well, I'm sure you felt their bite a few times with the spinning beam sabers here. Looking good, that clear green, you can't go wrong with this tricolor color scheme. On the back, you can just pop off this part here, which is going to be unlined, and replace it with the weapon mount here. And you can see that it's actually going to have a peg there, so it's going to go on to the right side here of the beam launcher. With the beam launcher taking its bazooka-ness here to some pretty cool extremes, I'm a big fan of the fact that they're just going to at least give you the color apps there of the gray there. You can see down below where you'd have a swappable part there. If this was a higher grade plastic model, it is going to be a little bit bendable here, as you're going to have some pretty soft plastic. But at the end, it's got some cool looking parts there, as that's something, again, you don't want to see at the business end. And unlike some other problematic Gundam bazookas, this one's going to do a pretty good job of going above the shoulder there. You can see that's going to lock in because of the good bend down there for the elbows and the general flexibility, and the fact down there that the trigger is going to be able to slide down a little bit. But to really start souping them up, you can take off this part, which isn't going to have any color apps, off the back of the legs and attach these vaned thrusters. For the famous shoulder-mounted heat radiation fins here, they're going to look good because of the white paint app on there and the gray lining. However, you are only going to be getting the one set here, so you don't have like an open-closed one, which is something that you can do with the master grade, but when you put them inside, then it's time to take out the big guns here by sliding down the Vespas underneath, opening them up here where the front part is going to jam this part here for the trigger a little bit, but you can get the hands on there and maneuver this around fairly well without the hands actually popping off because of the nice soft plastic. But this is where, even with the ground pose here, with the thrusters, the shoulders, and the Vespas down, this guy is looking like a lot of fun, and he packs a big punch here. And remember that you can add even more or go aerial with him. But you can add even more fun in the form of the clear green beam shield here by taking off the attachment on the left form and plugging in this longer one here. But it's when you take the hands off the Vespas and load them up, the shield is going to fit on there quite well and be able to move around because it's on a nice ball joint there. This guy is looking very, very cool, and with an action base underneath him, the sky's the limit. And if you want to go even angrier here, it's face open time, where you can see the Vulcans built into the head, and this one, actually the V-fin is going to be hard, unlike the soft one that's on the regular head. And with the general overall sharpness of the kit, really no matter how you pose him, he is going to come across, as despite the fact that he's not one of the larger Gundams, as definitely one of the more armed and deadly looking ones. Some quick final thoughts, good and bad. A few of the negatives. First of all, when you saw the head there for the face open, it could have used some more lining, and I'd say that that goes around the whole thing. He's got the right colors in the right places, but there still could have been just a few more. And overall, just you're going to have to be careful in the regular way with Robot Damashii that he does have a lot of parts. Don't lose them. But on to the positives. The style of this kit. He is sharp all over the place. They say it on the back of the box, and I couldn't agree more completely. Great posability, clicks in the right place. Everything's going to stay in place. The Vespas move very well, and the weapons from the beam rifle here to the beam cannon to the color apps on the chest, and the beam sabers, if only you had a way or a nice circle one to spin them around, that would have been a nice throw in. But the F91 looks good on there, and all the colors and all the tools are in the right place. Tons of play options, so for this price, is he a replacement for a high grade? I'd say he's much better and would stack up to the master grade in many ways in terms of overall quality. So another high-quality Robot Damashii is getting me higher and higher on the line, so why don't you let me know what you think, and especially in the case of the F91, the fact that he could stand in with your 1/144th collection is a huge plus. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. Stick around for lots more news, reviews, and everything else you can use. Gundam.tk. I heard you're pretty good for a 2000. I wonder if I'll ever be playable.